How's it going, folks? How's it going? You already know the waves, and for sure, you already know the vibes. It is Zachariah White, aka King Big Daddy Drip, back at it like it's nothing with this drip and the sauce, cause I am the boss. I am back. We are here. Happy good day to every single one of you ladies and gentlemen out there in the world. All right. I hope y'all are having a terrific Tuesday on this go around. And even before we go through and get into everything, I just want to say on behalf of our kingdoms, on behalf of our businesses, our communities, we're praying a whole lot of good luck, good fortune, blessings, and positivity out, of course, to and for the heavenly kingdom, for all the amazing things that they do for us time and time again on a consistent basis. Of course, we're praying it for our kingdoms, communities, and empires, trying to be the good, the great, the best version of ourselves every single day, trying to find a way to help out the heavenly kingdom, help ourselves out, and help everyone else out. And then, of course, last but not least, definitely praying a whole lot of good luck, good fortune, and blessings out to every single one of y'all as well. All right, we know that y'all are on y'all own journey, and y'all are trying to go through and do amazing things as well, in which we see the progress. Y'all keep it going and keep it flowing, baby. But let's go ahead and put that off to the side. You already know why the king is up on the mic, and you know why the king is up on the screen. Or rather, you probably don't know why the king is up on the mic for this go around. But I will say, all right, I'll start off by saying this. You guys, as well as the king and the royal world, our entities, all right, we are embarking upon something different, something new. All right, I know I'd given a little bit of a disclaimer, a little bit of a heads up before we jumped into this particular pocket. Came just this past Saturday or Sunday when we did our first ever mukbang. All right, of course, that was just to let y'all know that we're jumping into a number of different other forms of social media content. We already, we're already doing a number of different things, right? When it comes to, video games, podcasts, vlogs, all that other sort of jazz. But, it's about time for us to, go ahead and do our thing when it comes to, I'll say, let's just say, and one, this is me, I need to calm down and gain some composure over my thoughts. With as many different fields as we happen to be jumping up in, of course, I'm doing my best to make sure that as the king, as the leader of our entities, that we're never stagnant, and we continue to find other ways that we can get better and we can improve upon. And we've already started on it with the mukbang. I'm going to try to see if I can go through and let me not say try. We're going to knock out at least one more this week, because I still am very committed to jumping into different pockets. But just this past Sunday, we were very, very fortunate enough to go through and do get started on our first religious, first episode within our religious Bible study, Bible reading that we got going on, the Divine and Royal Bible Study, and in which that was even though we only read through but so much of the first initial beginning within Genesis, still very, very refreshing, especially to go through and read what we read, break it down piece by piece so that we have a better understanding of it, as opposed to just reading or just hearing somebody read about it and talking to us. Big shout outs to the pastors everywhere else. But we're keeping on that same sort of trend. All right, now for today, Tuesday's concern, we won't be reading the Bible, but we will be reading a book of interest that I've seen lying about my house I figured it's about time that I actually go through and take a deeper dive into it. And honestly, not only is this something, I'll say just this experience, it's not necessarily something that, it's not just one of those things that I can take something from it. Of course, it's something to help better myself, better, our kingdoms, businesses, our communities, but also you guys as well, because, I'm trying to bring and incorporate you guys along on the journey too. So, but the book that we're going to be reading, right, is John C. Maxwell's Success 101. All right. What every leader needs to know. I've started reading this about a couple weeks back, and every so often, like what I try to do at the very least is just take a page and just read at least one page, so that I could get at least 1% better every single day. And which, by the way, big shout outs to Parlay, because Parlay, he's as far as that principle of getting 1% better every day, he is something that mentioned that's word for word that idea. But all in all, though, this particular book, it looks like it's definitely actually I think the full, it says New York Times best-selling author of the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. Jeez, you see, you know what? That's what really has. That's another thing. Now I'm even more excited to take a deeper dive into this book, because I've started reading the 22 Irrefutable Laws of Marketing not too long ago, as well, and I've come across a number of good bits of gems so far, and I hadn't even read that too deep into that particular book. But for this one right here, of course, if there's nothing else, the key things that I know that we're going to be able to take away from reading this book, and which big shout outs to John C. Maxwell, is that we're going to learn a whole bunch when it comes to leadership, when it comes to success, and when it comes to a vision. All right. So all in all, again, I'm very excited for us to go through and start reading, and I know I'm doing a whole lot of hoopla babbling. All right. So we'll go ahead and get started. Now, granted, I'll say with the Bible, when we started our Bible study, I was like, hey, listen, I want to go through and read like 20 pages, 10 pages, something like that. And there was a whole lot of reading to be done with the Bible. I don't think that I think honestly for this book, it really is as short as I thought. It'll be more easier reading through this than it will be on the Bible. For the Bible, I don't think that there's as many words in this one, but nonetheless, still the goal initially, I'm going to try to see if we can get us through 5 pages. If we happen to get through 5 pages and we're doing pretty good on time, I'll go to 10 and go to 15, whichever, but I won't do any more than 20, at least for this go around, because I know that we're going to talk and we're going to bring I'm going to break some stuff down, but anyway, right? Starting off with the first chapter, we have what is success. All right. I'm gonna try to bring it as close as possible, but y'all also make sure that y'all. I know that the book shouldn't be too expensive, so y'all feel free to purchase the book, and y'all feel free to, or I'm sure that there's an online PDF somewhere, so feel free to go and download that. But for the first chapter, all right, it says, "What is success?" All right, success. You cannot achieve what you have not yet defined. The problem for most people who would want to be successful is not that they can't achieve success. The main obstacle for them is that they misunderstand success. Maltby D. Babcock said one of the most common mistakes and one of the costliest is thinking that success is due to some genius, some magic, something or other which we do not possess. The traditional picture of success. What is success? What does it look like? Most people have a vague picture of what it means to be a successful person. That looks something like the wealth of Bill Gates, the physique of Arnold Schwarzenegger or Marilyn Monroe, the intelligence of Albert Einstein, the athletic ability of Michael Jordan, the business prowess of Donald Trump, or I guess it doesn't say this here, but I guess the political success that he seemed to have acquired, the social grace and poise of Jackie Kennedy, the imagination of Walt Disney, or the heart of Mother Teresa. That sounds absurd, but it's closer to the truth than we would like to admit. Many of us picture success as looking like one other than who we are, and we especially can't be 8 other people all in one. And more important than that, you shouldn't want to be. If you try to become just like even one of those other people, you wouldn't really be successful. You would be you would be a bad imitation of them, and you would eliminate the possibility of becoming the person you were meant to be. The right picture of success. So how do you get started on the journey towards success? What does it take to be successful? Two things that are required are, number one, the right picture of success, and number two, the right principles for how to get to success or how to attain success. The picture of success isn't the same for any two people because we're all created differently as unique individuals with our own unique experiences. But the process is the same for everyone. It's based on principles that do not change. After more than 35 years of knowing successful people and studying the subject, I have developed the following definition of success. Success is knowing your purpose in life, growing to reach your maximum potential, and sowing seeds that benefits others. You can see by this definition that success is a journey rather than a destination. That's often thought. No matter how long you live or what you decide to do in your life, you will never exhaust your capacity to grow toward your potential or run out of opportunities to help others. When you see success as a journey, you will never have the problem of trying to arrive at an elusive final destination. And you will never find yourself in a position where you have accomplished some final goal only to discover you're still unfulfilled and searching for something else to do. Another benefit of focusing on the journey of success instead of arriving at a destination or achieving a goal is that you have the potential to become a success today. The very moment that you make the shift to find your purpose and grow towards your potential and helping others, successful is something that you are right now, not something that you vaguely hope to be one day. To get a better handle on these aspects, let's take a look at each of them. Right, and even before we take a look at each of these aspects, I guess so far, because funny enough, like this part right here, I've read up until this part within the book just by myself, but I think pretty much there's a lot of things that are I won't say self-explanatory. I'll just say they put it very they put it very well, and I don't have much to contribute and throw on top of it. I guess in part of me if I happen to pair it and whichever. But all in all, I think that it is definitely important to, of course, in building the foundation of hey, what does success look like for me? Success is it's how should I say, again, it's not this one point all the way over here. It's everything. All right, it's how it's even during the darkest times or in the best of times, still doing your best to continue to grow, continue to get better, continue to not just help you, in which I'm not gonna lie, I say it in all my videos, but it just find a way to help yourself and help everyone else as well. That's something that's very key and very pivotal, very critical. So we'll go ahead and move on to the next section, right? The next section is knowing your purpose. Nothing can take the place of knowing your purpose. Millionaire industrialist Henry J. Kaiser, the founder of the Kaiser Aluminum as well as the Kaiser Permanente health care system, said, "The evidence is overwhelming that you cannot begin to achieve your best unless you set some aim in your life." Or put another way, in other words, if you don't try to actively discover your purpose, you're likely to spend your life doing the wrong things. I believe that God created everyone for a purpose. According to psychologist Viktor Frankl, everyone has his own specific vocation or mission in life. Everyone must carry out a concrete assignment that demands fulfillment. Therein, he cannot be replaced, nor can his life be repeated. Thus, everyone's task is as unique as his specific opportunity to implement it. Each of us has a purpose for which we were created. Our responsibility and our greatest joy is to identify it. Here are some questions to ask yourself to help identify your purpose. For what am I searching? All of us have a strong desire buried in our hearts, something that speaks to our deepest thoughts and feelings, and something that sets our souls with a burning passion fire. Some people have a strong sense of what that is, starting from when they were children. Others take half a lifetime to discover it. But no matter what, it's still there. It's just the means of you. It's just the means of you finding it. The next question. Why was I created? Each of us is different. No one else in the world has exactly the same gifts, talents, backgrounds, or future. That's one of the reasons it would be a serious mistake for you to try to become somebody outside of yourself. Think about your unique mix of abilities, the resources available to you, your personal history, the opportunities around you. If you objectively identify these factors and discover the desire of your heart, you will have done a lot toward discovering your purpose, your true purpose within life. The third question, pardon me. Do I believe in my own potential? You cannot consistently act in a manner inconsistent with the way that you see yourself. If you do not believe that you have potential, you will never try to reach it. And if you aren't working or aren't willing to work towards reaching your potential, you will never be successful. Take the advice of President Theodore Roosevelt, who said, "Do what you can with what you have where you are." If you do that with your eyes fixed on your life's purpose, what else can be expected of you? Next question. Looks like the last question, at least for this part. When do I start? Some people live lives from day to day, allowing others to dictate what they do, how to do it, all that other sort of jazz. They never try to discover their true purpose for living. Others know their purpose, yet they can never act on it. They are waiting for inspiration or permission or an invitation to get started. But if they wait much longer, they'll never get going. So the answer to this question is So to answer the question, when do I start, is now. Moving on to the next section. It says growing to your potential. Novelist H.G. Wells held that Novelist H.G. Wells held that wealth, notoriety, place, and power are no measures of success whatsoever. The only true measure of success is the ratio between what we might have become and what we have become. In other words, success comes as the result of growing to our potential. It's been said that our potential is God's gift to us, and what we do with it is our gift to Him. But at the same time, our potential is probably our greatest untapped resource. Henry Ford observed, "There is no man living who isn't capable of doing more than he thinks he can do." We have nearly limitless potential, yet too few ever really try to reach it. And why is that? The answer to the question lies in this. We can do anything, but we can't do everything. Many people let everyone around them decide their agenda in life. As a result, they never really dedicate themselves to their purpose in life. They become a jack of all trades, master of none, rather than a jack of few trades focused on one. If that describes you more than you'd like, you're probably ready to take steps to make a change. Here are 4 principles to put you on the road to growing towards your potential. All right. Actually, let me see how far out these principles go. 2, 3. Okay. I'll say this, right? It looks like we'll get to the third principle, and then after that we'll go ahead and stop, at least for today's concern, just so that we don't. I'll say just for this being the starting point, right? Because we're almost coming up on page 10. But the first step, in which I'll go ahead and save my thoughts for the end. The first steps, right? Concentrate on one main goal. Nobody ever reached their potential by scattering themselves in 20 different directions. Reaching your potential requires focus. That's why it's so important for you to discover your purpose. Once you've decided where to focus your attention, you must decide what you're willing to give up in order to do it. And that part is very critical, because there can be no success without sacrifice. The two go hand in hand, and if you desire to accomplish little, you sacrifice little. But if you want to accomplish great things, be willing to sacrifice a lot. Number 2, concentrate on continual improvement. David D. Glass, Chief Executive Officer of Walmart stores, was once asked whom he admired the most. His answer was Walmart founder Sam Walton. He remarked, "There's never been a day in his life since I've known him that he didn't improve in some way." Commitment to continual improvement is the key to reaching your potential and to being successful. Each day you can become a little bit better than who you were yesterday. It puts you one step closer to your potential, and you will also find that what you get as a result of your growth is not nearly as important as what you've become, who you've become along the way. Number 3, forget about the past. My friend Jack Hayford, founding pastor of Church on the Way in Van Nuys, California, commented, "The past is a dead issue, and we can't gain any momentum moving toward tomorrow if we're dragging the past behind us." Unfortunately, that's what too many people do. They drag the past with them wherever they go, and as a result, they never make any true progress. I like the attitude of Cyrus Curtis, who once owned the Saturday Evening Post. He had a sign hanging in his office that announced, "Yesterday ended last night." It was his way of reminding himself and his employees that the past is done, and we should be looking forward, not backwards. Okay. All right. So that marks the end of where we, of our reading, at least for today. Again, I know that it was rather relatively short. It's just to get us started. We read through the first 10 pages, and just even seeing going by that, I get the impression, even if we just continue for the next 10 just 10 pages each go around, we'll have this book finished. We'll definitely have this book finished come like next week or 2 weeks from now. But all in all, though, this is very, very key critical information that I want for you guys to keep in mind. Again, just reiterating for a couple of steps to keep in mind if you're looking to change, right? Just get on that journey to becoming successful. Concentrate on one main goal, all right? Concentrating on continual improvement, and also forgetting about the past. Now, I'll say some of these stuff I'll say these principles, they're not foreign, they're not a stranger to me. A lot of this stuff is stuff that I've already mentioned within a lot of my different videos as well, but they're even for me, there's some bits and parts that I struggle with, because I told you, because to some degree, becoming a jack of all trades and also concentrate on continual improvement, well, they are separate things, but at least for me, for what I'm trying to do, they sort of coincide, and they ultimately conflict, because me trying to be well versatile, but also focusing on one particular thing, it doesn't necessarily work together. But also at the same time, even for that, for what I just said, don't take too much heed to that, because the fact of the matter is this: with what I said, it doesn't entirely address what was just mentioned. What these steps concentrate on one main goal. That one main goal can be to be versatile. So or even for this, right? concentrate on continual improvement. That continual improvement could be continual improvement in one particular craft or in a number of different things. But all in all, though, I didn't even mean to go through and just play a whole bunch of semantics or whichever. What I'll say is keep these things in mind and try to implement them on your guys' journey. I know that we all don't necessarily have the answers, and even for this right here, there may be some things that they miss out on the mark. But nonetheless, though, there's a lot of valuable information, and one, we're just educating ourselves to become even better. And knowledge is always important. Knowledge is always power, man. And we could take this same bit of information, tweak, make adjustments, tweak what it is that we're doing within our life to make sure that we become better. All right. For instance, as much as I'm sitting up here going back and forth between, how much I didn't like the jack of all trades, master of none, instead of trying to be a jack of few trades focused on one. The fact of the matter is this: even for as much for whatever it is that I've accomplished, there's always ways to go through and improve that to make it better. And perhaps for me, taking that adjustment of concentrating on one main goal, that might just be the one move, that just might be the one thing that's needed in order to propel the kingdoms, the businesses, and communities forward. And I know I'm doing a whole lot of talking about me, but I'm just using me as an example to make the grander point that, again, guys, for the knowledge that we're talking about, y'all go through, again, keep this stuff in mind. I'm glad I didn't read through too much. Just so that I could go through and just recap again some of the key, just touch on some of the key things that was just mentioned, even within these first 10 pages. Again, when it comes to success, overall success requires two things: the right picture and the right principles of how to get there. The success, more specifically, is knowing your purpose, growing towards reaching your maximum potential, sowing seeds that benefits others, which I'll tweak sowing seeds to benefit others is more specifically what it says in the text. What I'll tweak the definition to be is knowing your own purpose in life, growing to reach your maximum potential, and sowing seeds that benefits yourself, benefits the heavenly kingdom before anything else, benefits yourself, and also benefiting others as well. Everybody. All right, everybody eats. Everybody, from the folks up top that protect us to ourselves, because we definitely gotta self-care and self-love is important, and making sure that we put that same sort of effort into helping our brothers and sisters to the left and to the right and in front and in behind of us. It's always a key point of interest as well. So that's some definition of success right there. Again, just some key questions to keep in mind. For what am I searching? What am I searching for? Why was I created? Do I believe in my potential? And also, when the hell do I start? Those are all things that you should be keeping in mind. And some of you guys may have already answered off plenty of those questions. But for those that haven't, again, keep that in mind. And then, of course, just for, three steps, three actions to take in order to help propel you forward. Concentrate on one main goal, concentrate on continual improvement, and then forget about the past. But and just continue to, again, move forward. But what I'll say is this: I'll also make sure, because my intention is, come tomorrow, we're on top of the news of the people and the podcasts and the gaming videos or whichever, when it comes to educating ourselves, becoming more well-versed, becoming more knowledgeable about things so that we could take information and, again, use that to significantly improve and better things just all around. That is what I'm getting on, and that's what our kingdoms, communities, businesses, as well as y'all, that's what we're all going to get on, and I'm going to make sure that we get consistent on it. So so for all in all, I do thank you guys for the love, for the appreciation, for being here with me. What I'll say is this: I do look forward to y'all pulling back up, and you know, we going through, and because this right here is the Royal Book Club. So you know, I definitely look forward to meeting back up with you guys come tomorrow here, and we'll go over the next 10 pages. If you know, we may mess around and get a little bit more, because I know that for where for where we happen to be at, I think we actually ended off on page 11. So you know, we might go through and read a little bit more, but I think this book we're going to go through and finish this rather quickly. But all in all, though, thank y'all so much for the love and support. Again, y'all like this video up, share, comment, subscribe, all that other sort of jazz. And if you guys have any other recommendations for other books that we should read, definitely make sure that y'all leave that down in the description below. We could go through and get it started and get it popping when it comes to that. But all in all, thank y'all. Oh, y'all definitely remember the most important part: stay tuned, stay tapped in, and stay locked in, because the juice over here never stops dripping. All right, I'll catch y'all in the next one, man. Peace, be easy, and as always, y'all stay blessed up.